Sorry for the wait there. Whew, I just ran back over. Hello and good day. I am Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org and the SEO Mastermind.org in this weekly SEO consultation, coaching, whatever you want to call it, mastermind. What I want to do is I want to answer your questions, help you out with SEO. But first, a little bit of cleanup. If you have not already, please check the community posts. You'll find URLs with codes so you can get training, SEO tests. Get on the list. It's part of the program. It's free. You get everything. I just got out of a meeting. It went very, very well. A client, a longtime client, actually. It was one of the very first offices I walked in when I moved to this town. It's almost been 5 years. When I walked in this town 5 years ago, there was 2 pizza shops. I walked into the pizza shop. I introduced myself. I already had my nice get up on, right? And I said, hey, I'm Chris Palmer. I run Chris Palmer Marketing. I literally bought these 2 buildings across from each other, the business next door and the one across the street. I'm moving in. I do SEO. Who's the owner? But in any case, in the last 5 years, this gentleman has been expanding. He's been doing well. So now he has a new eatery, I guess, pizzeria. It's not a pizzeria, though. It's a fine Italian restaurant. They do pizza, too. I like the pizza. But they have a new one. So I went over there to say, hey, I noticed that you have a new spot. Let's work something out. So sorry for being a little bit late. But work. And I needed some food. But enough about me. I think that pretty much takes care of everything. The very first person says, hey, Chris, how's it going? It's going pretty good. Been busy, been working. Yeah, it's been going really good. I'll grab an ice cream on the way out. Complimentary. Bella says, hello to you. And Kelly. Hey, Kelly, good to see you. Great to see you. I've been seeing your name for a while. It's great to see you. I hope everything's okay. If there's anything I could help you out with, please feel free to go ahead and ask. I'll be happy to answer for you, walk through anything, take a look at sites, take a look at GBPs, pretty much anything and everything to help you out. That's why I'm here. All right. Consider this a group coaching or a private one-on-one. Pretend no one else is here. And if there's something I can help you with, let me know. All right. That's what we're doing here. Melissa Hardy. Hey, hello to you. If I have used your service to build citations and business directories to the homepage, should I now use a service to build citations and business directories to top level service pages? Not necessarily citation. See, the difference between a citation and a directory is the double verification, right? So a directory, though, you can come up with any business name you want, and you could be anybody you want, any phone number, any address, anything, and go and place a business directory listing. What I recommend if you want to start picking up the pages authority, especially in the local market, right? When you take a look at top performers in local markets, what you'll quickly find out is that their whole backlink profile is directories and citations. Now, there's different flavors, of course. There's location specific, niche specific, and there's paid. I understand that. I know. But what you'll always find out is that that's the vast majority of their backlink profile. So in order to catch them and build your pages authority, the pages authority, on internal pages, oftentimes we'll lean on directory listings. Some people might call them citations. We're talking about directories specifically. Now, would I build directory listings to internal pages? Yes, 100%. Now, some others may say, hey, yeah, but you've already built these. And I agree. But we're looking to build referring domains to those individual pages, So could you use our directories to build to internal pages? Yes, you could. And I hope that answers your question. When do you recommend incorporating Google News links in a local SEO campaign? Do these go to PR, guest posts, or money site? Okay, that's a pretty good question. So as far as Google sites are concerned, or Google News approved sites, these are still just websites. Whether they have approval or not is secondary to, we're talking about having websites that offer a link that's containing the same piece of content like a PR, right? So where would I incorporate these? So for the longest time, how we've been utilizing the Google News Network that we use is we've been taking our citations, our directories, the Web 2, PR links, whatever links we already have built, adding those to a document and then pushing the Google News links to those, essentially building a tier, right? So when do you incorporate it? After you do your initial link building. That's when. Either that, or we like to point them at low quality or low equity links that you might already have. Wow. I'm not going to repeat that, but you're too much, man. Yeah, usually Michael was putting this in for 4:30. So I was thinking 4:30 started. I only figured I was only a few minutes late. But I guess I was later than this scheduled time, and I apologize. That was the first thing I did. I apologize for that. All right. Please explain more about GMB, or Google Business Profile, CTR traffic. Is there any study case or examples of results after a month? Well, here. I'm trying to eat this really quick before it melts. If I have to, I'll give it to my pup. Give me 2 seconds. Hey. All right. Sorry about that. I apologize. So here. So this business, I believe, went out of business. So I think we can show this. We called this the zero to hero case study. All right. Zero to hero timeline. This was on a business that we were doing work with. They're no longer in business. So I'm allowed. Last time I talked to the gentleman that runs this, he said, yeah, you can show it now. He switched, or did he changed something. But it doesn't matter anymore. All right. But we did a zero to hero. Historically, this business was in a market that was dominated by business owners, gentlemen and ladies that own businesses that were there for 20 plus years. Also note, this was, I believe, there was other factors working against us. All right. So with that being said, what we did, and I'll spare you every little piece because we walk through everything that we did, but we did a GeoGrid. And here's all of the, if you take a look here, we basically, here, I'll give you all of it, actually. I'll save you on the exact numbers, but optimize the products, services, optimize the profile, optimized the profile, that's services, optimized all that, optimized the homepage, optimized everything around other than traffic and clicks. The other piece that we did is we started to generate 1,000 impressions, okay, for the name by daily. All right. So that's 500 a day. So that's impressions. That's people searching for business plus location, keyword plus location, keyword plus business name, running impressions. Because if you're generating extra clicks, your business should be getting more impressions or more people looking for you. So we're looking to influence not only the clicks, but also impressions. This is where I notice business owners get this wrong a lot of the time. All right. So, but we don't. Now, with that being said, here is a perfect study. We have a before and an after. We also did some other things for them that I won't discuss because you're just really asking about traffic. So here we go. Here's a report from 12/19, okay, to 12/27. So here's our grid, and now here's our grid. And if you take a look, I believe that this is either an 8 or a 12-mile radius, okay, around the business. What we did is we tracked every piece of what we did. We also included impressions and also click through. And this was a direct result of that. But if I went and showed every single person that we went through and we did this for, if I had, let's just say 200 businesses, okay, that we've worked with in the last, because you have to note, like, we're doing white label for a lot of agencies because our price point is so low. Like, people are giving us the work and then charging on top of that 2-3 times, right? Most GMB services are charging $250 to $500. We're doing impressions, click through, and optimization for a one-time cost, right? And then we just do traffic and clicks on a monthly recurring basis after that at a $70 price point. So business owners are able to resell that to their clients. And if I were to show you 200 different accounts, out of those 200, I would almost guarantee you that 80% of them are within a month's time are doing significantly better than when they started. And if they're not, there's always a clear tale of why. It's because they've done no off page. Their on page and their reciprocal linking back to the GMB is horrible. They have no citations, no directories. They did no other work. They just turned on traffic. That's always the case. Always, always, always. Anyway, I don't want to chime in on that too much more, but let's move on. So, yes, I have lots of studies on this. Lots, tons. Live studies. In the wild studies is what I call them. So where we're testing stuff out before we deploy it on client stuff. All right. Yep, no problem. Okay, so had I believe was a competitor move my pin on my GMB twice over 30 miles away from my office. Fortunately, I caught it quickly. Is there a way to prevent this or find out who moved it? Is there a way to find out who moved it? Highly unlikely. A way to prevent it? Unfortunately, not. Nope. Just be very diligent in keeping an eye on it, and I think you'll do a lot better. Is there a way to identify lower competition areas around a GMB than targeting those areas? The best way to identify this is by searching for a primary key term. Here, I'll show you. You want to know about competition in an area? Let's just say that you're doing here. I'll clear this up. Okay. Here. So we'll go over here to Google. And let's say that we are in the what type of space? How about plumbing? So plumbing. And we're going to Pennsylvania. We'll go to maps. I should have just did this to begin with. Plumbing. All right. And then we can zoom in and we can see in each city, or each town, I should say, where the competition is. So look over here in Lake Harmony. So we go over here to Lake Harmony, and we could see that Lake Harmony, we know that now I know this area, and you probably know your area, but we know that this is an affluent area, and we can see that there's only one player in this whole area. So we know that you could target this here, Holiday. Like, look at the Poconos right here. Like, this is a great place, and we know that there's low competition. How do we know? Because there's not very many players optimized or showing up within maps for this primary term when searching for it inside of Google Maps. So to me, competition is based upon the other players that are in the market, How many of them is there? So we can quickly identify how many players there are in a specific area by quickly doing a search inside of Google. Now, there's lots of tools that come up with their own metrics, like Local Falcon, and well, there's tons of them, right? It doesn't matter who, but they come up with their own metrics too, right? But for me, I like to just go look. I want to know, okay, how many players are there? And if there's more than, say, 20 players in a market, how many reviews do they have? Because when you see how many reviews they have, that tells me how long they've been there, right? So that's it. And that's how I identify low competition, high competition. When I get a client that comes to me and they're like, hey, Chris, I want to rank for car accident lawyer in Los Angeles, let's just say. Like, we already know this is going to be absurd. Like, look how many players there are in this region. Like, we have a lot of players here. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, look how many. Like, the probability of us being able to hop up there, and that's just stuff that's showing. That's not talking about pins or service areas and all the other little stuff that we have to fight against. High competition market, where just before I did that search and there was 2 players on the board, 3 at most. Insanity. Anyway, hopefully that helps you. Napkin racing. Are you eating ice cream like the cruise chef off the Days of Thunder? This guy. Yo, you're funny, man. Napkin racing. Yes, I was. Oh, you're funny. What a funny guy. I optimized my homepage to rank for Bengal Kittens, Louisiana. I optimize most popular website page where I actually have pictures of the available kittens to rank for Bengal kittens near me. Okay. 2, since we're into this so far, real quick, head on over here. If you were thinking about doing a premium PR, Yahoo, Benzinga, here you can see the list real quick while we're here, just while we're talking, right? You want to get something like this? It's up to you. I want to push this inventory. Here's a sample. This is not all of them. This is just a sample to showcase like what kind of stuff we're talking about here. If you come over here, type this in, RON, apply. All right, right now for the next 10 days, I'll be happy to do it for you. Back to our regular scheduled programming. Hey, Chris, hello to you. The question here is, I'm not sure if that's a question or a statement, but okay. Victor says, hello. Hey, Chris, hello to you. I tried buying GBP ranking tool. It is not live yet. That is correct. Like I mentioned on every live where I've shown it, we're not ready yet. Like, you can't even purchase it. You know what I'm saying? Let alone look at it. So even if you were to click buy, which the prices are all out of whack, it won't, you can't buy anything. You know what I'm saying? When I launch, it's going to launch for super low cost. And then each time, I think what we're going to do is a quarterly increase of $2 or $5 until we reach scale. But right now, no, it's not live. As soon as it is, though, I'll be making videos demonstrating, okay, here's how it works. Here's what it does. Here's some use cases, that kind of thing. All right. So don't worry, my friend. I want it to work too. I mean, don't get me wrong. There is a version that works, but it's not for the public. All right. Hey, don't do it. Don't do it. You're a rascal. What a little rascal. Get out of here. What a guy. Yo, my dog is too much. I'm sorry. Yo, he thinks he's so funny. He just does whatever he wants. Anyway, moving on. When creating location pages, what outbound links do you like to use? I tend to link to the city town official website, as well as 1 or 2 parks or a playground. Is this too many outbound links? So you're talking about an authority outbound, right? But on your location pages, I would venture to guess that you already have here. I would venture to guess that you already have regular links, right? What I mean by this is here, you can see my screen. If we go to a page, let's just take someone that's already a big player in a big market. All right. I don't know who any of these are. This is just for an example. All right. So these are big players. So here we go. DUI attorney, top ranker. Okay. What could be more authoritative? Like this guy's doing it just right. Take a look at this. So Avo, which is a directory, which it's probably his profile. Like this is what's recommended. This is exactly, like literally exactly what we would do. Okay. Like take a look. Like what's more authoritative? Like this, I don't know why they put this on here, because this is like a directory that's like paid. They give those to everybody. I don't know why you would link back to them. But as you can see here, they're linking, like what's more authoritative than Facebook, LinkedIn? What's more authoritative than your Maps listing? What's more authoritative than your GBP listing? You know, if I'm going to have authoritative backlinks on my site, Outbound, it's going to be profiles that are high equity that are mine. And that's how I would handle this. And if you go look at top players, most of the time, this is exactly how they lay things out, just like this. So hopefully that helps you out. Like this guy has, or this business, I should say, if you come over here and go to links, he's got 15 outbound links, you know? So there you go. Please explain more about CTR traffic for our website. Would you be able to help adjust the number of clicks of my keywords? Okay. Here's what I know. All right. Could I help you? Definitely. Would you be able to help adjust the number of clicks of my website? Explain more about CTR traffic for a website. I don't know in detail what you want me to explain exactly, but what I do know is I would take my page's best average, and that's what I would utilize for CTR. Here's what I mean. Well, I don't want to log into Search Console. If you have access to Search Console, or if there's something you want to show me, I'll be happy to help you out. I don't want to log in at, like right this very second. But when you pull up your Search Console, okay, just because I have client stuff in there, when you pull up your Search Console and you're sorting your website's clicks, impressions, and CTR, how you want to sort it is by clicks. Now, when you're on the pages that are generating clicks, you want to sort top to bottom, get 20 of your best pages getting clicks, and take a look at their CTR. You want to take 10 or 20 of the sites, whatever average you want to accumulate. Get your top 10 pages that are best, that are actually getting clicks, see what the CTR is, add all of that up and divide by 10. And whatever that number is, that's your click-through rate for your new pages. And that's how I would do it. Okay. Moving on. What is this? I see me. Moving on. Melissa. Oh, here we go. Chris, you're doing an awesome job. Thank you. Appreciate that. Bellum Bengals. What is this? What is a Bellum Bengals? What is it that I'm looking at, Melissa? I optimize my homepage to rank for... Oh, okay. So, all right, let's look at this. Wait a minute. Bell EAMI. Bell EAMI. Bell EAMI. Yes. Bengals. Okay. Okay. Uh hmm. Hmm. Bengals for sale. Well, so okay. I don't know if you're gonna like what I'm gonna say here, but Bengal kittens for sale. Anna. Okay. Okay. So here's my question. How come or why how come we don't optimize and create this page, right? Bellum Bengals. I assume this is a type of kitty, right? A cute one at that. Almost looks like a little tiger, right? Like this one does at least. It looks like this picture has been enhanced, or it just has the coolest eyes ever. Hard to say. Um, but with that being said, how come this page isn't optimized for the primary term, which would be this right here, Bellum Bengals? I don't know. Bengal kittens. What is Bellamy? Is this a city in Louisiana? uh, Bellamy Bengals is. Oh, I see. Bell and Annie. I see. Bell and Annie. Bell and Annie. Is that the name of two kitties? I still, regardless, what wouldn't this front page be all about Bengals? Right? Because that's the it's even the name of our site. So this would be all about Bengals because that's what our whole site is about. Right? What is this? So you're selling studs, so that's boys. Queens, which is kitties. Kittens, that's the litter from the stud and the queen. I like how it's called the queen. I want to see what the queen looks like. Wow, they look cool. Okay, so they're cool looking. Testimonials. How's the structure? Okay, pictures of past. Okay, that's fine. We have a lot going on here. The blog. What's this all about? So all about. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Bailey Blair. So they're writing about kitties. All kinds of kitty action going on here. I like it. Okay. I like kitties. Yeah. See, I don't understand. So I think this is not think. I'm 99.9% sure. All right. I know a little bit about Louisiana because I have clients there. So Covington, Slidell, you might even want to put kittens. This would be up to you. Bengal kittens for sale. Bengal. You could put kittens if you wanted in here. I think kittens is where the volume was. So why wouldn't this homepage be all about the kittens? This homepage is all about the cats. Every single piece that you want to talk about those kitties, you can talk about them. Then we have our page that's for sale. Bengal kitties for sale. Bengal toys for sale. Anything that has to do with those cats, toys, animal, whatever it is, if it's about those cats and it's for sale, it goes on that page. Then we have our Bengals for sale in Louisiana because you're serving Louisiana, and I'm sure you would service anyone else, but most notably Louisiana. Then you would have your city pages. Like, why would we target this here on this page when the top thing, Bell and Annie, I assume, Bengals this is the brand. This is who we are. We're anything to do with these Bengal kitties, we do it, and we're the best at it. And then the rest of the site supports us, which is this. Everything after this / is supporting content to the main idea. This is every site. But especially on this one, how come we led with this keyword? Because it's our strongest page? Like, why didn't we follow through with the structure on the rest of the site? Like, why wouldn't we keep this as the brand, talk everything about the kitties, and then have our individual pages? We have kittens, we have queens, we have studs, we have dolls. You want to learn more? Great. We have resources. You want to see cats? Great. I have a gallery. That's the only thing that I'm seeing here. But other than that, I digress. And I hope that helps you out. Okay. Chris. Hey, Terry. Good to see you. $300 for a press release. So we have two different types of press releases, Jules. I have premium PR, which is like your Business Insiders and your AP Newses, and you're getting that big distribution. Maybe you have a big announcement. Perhaps you want to opinion sculpt when people are looking for your brand. You want to have your brand associated with Yahoo and all these big sites. So when they look up, they can see your articles, right, on big sites. Then you have your regular and or localized press releases, which are lower cost, which you can utilize in the same way, but they're much lower cost. They're like $50. So I have two flavors. So $300 would be for the premium. And I think it's $60 out the door with writing for the regular PRs, which is in both cases very far under market. Very far. Does content hidden technique for ranking is working nowadays for Google Rank and Rent module? Rank and Rent model, right? I assume that's what you mean. I'm not a fan of Rank and Rent, right? I never have been. It's just not for me. But does hidden content work? As long as Google can see the content, it will work. So what that means is as long as it shows up in the render DOM, you'll have no problem having it getting seen. All right. Hey, Chris, missed your Zoom meeting. Yeah, he's taking a break right now. He hasn't done it in a few weeks, I don't think, or at least not with me. He said he's going to give me a break. He'll reach out next time we're on. So yeah, as soon as he's back on, Alfredo and I are partners on the proxy network that we have. So I talk to Alfredo all the time. He was just taking like a little break or a reprieve, but yeah, I'm always down to talk with Alfredo. He has a small group of business owners. Anybody that has a real business that's doing SEO, I want to help them out. So while you eat ice cream, this is us as you eat ice cream. Kind of. Well, it was not anymore. Not anymore. Hey, at least see, I took all those videos down. I used to do lives while I was driving places. And what I would do is I had these two. I had a Samsung phone, and I had this thing that used to plug in. So what I would do is I would run the comments here, and I would just drive and answer the questions. Like if I was driving on the highway, as I was running when I was doing SEO and running the auction stuff, I quit. I took all those videos down, and I quit doing that though. For multiple reasons. One of them is my safety. Anyway, explain more about content writing. Will you advise how many words? What makes you different from other companies that write content? Example of the success of the content. We write content. So if we're writing the content for you, I'm not going to tell you how many words you want me to write. You see? Now, if you came to me for a consultation and said, hey, here's my site. Here's the services I provide. Here's my competition. Here's the market I want to go to. I could then analyze and take an assessment and say, hey, on average for this keyword, you're going to need to write this many words, right? Now, what we can do though is if you came to us and said, hey, here's the keywords, here's how many words, what we will do and what is far different than a lot of other companies is that we only produce SEO content. And what that means is we are writing it with SEO in mind, and we utilize a tool called Page Optimizer Pro. So there's a barometer or a gauge that we can all agree on that something is optimized. So we produce 100% optimized content utilizing Page Optimizer Pro for sale. When it's for a client, we do it utilizing another tool, which is called Cora. All right. But Page Optimizer Pro does a very good job. It's within range, so we can do it affordably. We're more affordable, we're faster, we're efficient, and it's already optimized. But I'm not here to pitch product. I'm here to answer your SEO questions. Search up Cruise Chef eating ice cream, Days of Thunder. Wow, you're really harping on this there, Napkin. Oh my gosh. This guy out of here. No. Get this guy out of here. Hey, Chris, I'm a customer. I was wondering, what is the best email? There is no email, right? We offer a white label service, which means super low cost. Interaction is time, right? There is no time equation built into the low cost service. You see, if there's something that you're purchasing through us, or you're working with us monthly, or you're coming consistently and maybe you're an agency, I have a meeting portal it says clients only and update meetings, and that's for you. If there's I don't know based on your handle here. I don't know which type of client you are. For the client that comes in and just needs a citation pack, and then they'll have 20 questions, like our price point just doesn't support that level, right? Like if we were like a company like Bright Local charging $2 per citation, right? Not 20 cents a citation, or I think it's actually 9 cents is what it comes out to. Then we'd be able to do that. Like I could have somebody just sit there and, okay, you're just answering questions about citations. Okay, you're just going to talk, because each service that we provide is actually a mini team. Like it's either 1 to 3 people, depending on what it is. Like if it's just guest post, just the Haro team, like those types of teams are much larger. The citation team is 6 people that make those. You know how hard it is to make 100 citations for somebody in less than 10 days? That's hard. And then times that by 50 people. Oh my goodness, that's tough. So yeah, a dedicated email channel to answer any question, any qualm that you possibly could have. Like I just, the cost just doesn't support that, you know? But I don't know who you are based on your name here. If you're an actual client, then you know about the client portal. You know what I mean? Like, you know that you can book a clients only call, and it's also called an update meeting, and I'll be happy to talk with you. All right. I hope that helps you out. How do you do CTR? That's a very broad question. Very, very broad question. What is that plugin you use to see the titles and anchors? So that's a tool called SEO Meta in one click. Oh wait, no, this is actually, no, it's SEO Pro extension. So you could check that one out. All right. Yeah, this is a lady. She's actually a nice lady. I watched a few of her little videos. Christina. Watched a couple of her vids. I enjoy her plugin. She seems very nice. What's the best way to move solopreneur company from New York to Carolinas without losing everything that's been built over the last 4 to 5 years? The business has over 400 reviews. By getting the new location and getting in contact with Google in order to transfer those reviews. All right. And there you go. Michael took care of that for you. It is a very useful extension. That is without any question. Bellinami means friend in French. Awesome. It's not Annie. I'm very sorry. Christopher says, when you talk about linking to the GMB in a location page, does this mean a map embed, or is there another link? You could go either way. Some sites aren't going to use the embed because of the speed. But if you're going to link to it, even in that lawyer example that I just showed you, they're linking to the actual map. So you're not linking to a dynamic link or a share link. You're going to link to the map. For instance, let's take For the People. Okay. So For the People is a law firm, right? It's called Morgan and Morgan, one of the biggest, in fact. And when we scroll down here, I'll show you something. This is somebody. It doesn't matter who this is. This is not them, I venture to guess. But what we're looking for here is when you come over here and you see this, and we know that we're on theirs, what we're looking for is we're looking to grab this URL, this actual URL here. See this URL? So this is the one that you want. All right. the actual URL. So no dynamic links, like no share links or anything dynamic. Okay? Like don't take that, take the one that's up above. Take a URL, any URL that you share, make sure that it's static, especially if it's coming from Google. All right? Please share any new method for CTR. There's nothing to share, brother. There's nothing to share. There's no trick. There's no magic tool. Here. Since you I feel like you've asked me a few times. Here, let's and I think you're running out of questions here. Give me 1 second. I'll show you something. Here. It has nothing to do with the tool. Well, okay. Don't use a junk tool. See, for website clicks and traffic, we build our own. I didn't build it. I paid I partnered with someone to build it. Okay. And we utilize that to run maps impressions. So we run maps, clicks, and traffic, and then we also run impressions. So when I have my mini team load up for clicks and traffic and interactions or conversion actions, whatever you want to call it, we also simultaneously load them up for traffic and impressions. So here, I'll do this. Let me show you something quick here. Okay. Now, I don't know if these are going to be skewed at all, but here. We'll come inside of here and I'll show you something quick. Okay. So here, I'm going to show you this one. I'll show you this client because I'm allowed to. I could show you dozens of clients, but not every client allows me to share stuff publicly, So I have to be mindful of who I show and what I show. Because I had a gentleman that owned a big rehab in California. A big one. Huge. It was a great client. I lost him because I was showing his stuff in past videos, and he was furious with me. So that was a lesson that I learned early on. Do not show client data without first getting the okay. Even though and I went back and forth with him too, because I was like, but you're in business. You're on Google. Anybody could have saw this. You want people to see you. It didn't compute with me, but it does now. I understand now. But here, I'll show you this. So when we come over here, right, because you're asking me about CTR, and if I could lend you any piece of information. All right, so I'm going to take you right to Alligator Pools. So what we're going to be doing here is we want to first figure out, what is going to be the best CTR for a page that we want to rank, right? And how you figure this out is what you call your best average. All right, and we ran tests on this, doing this, and we got lifts each time, okay? And then this is what we use now. So you'll take your pages that by clicks, 28 days. So the last 28 days by clicks, and yes, if your website is brand spanking new and you're not getting any traffic and there's not enough data, then you do not need CTR. You need on-page, technical, foundation, backlinks, everything else. This is the last thing, okay? But we come inside of here and we would come in here and we would say, okay, what's our best pages and how are they performing? 26, 51, 4, right? You would have to get the dots too, but I'm just doing this to prove a point. 2 plus 7 plus 8 plus 2 plus 2 plus 9 equals divided by 10. Okay? So we know now that we want to send in a 12% CTR to our new page. 12% by taking our best pages average. These are our best pages by clicks, top 10 pages by clicks. On average, what's our CTR rate? Now we know without going in blind what CTR rate we want to send into a page. That's it. Hopefully that helps you. All right. So I hope that helps you. Give me 1 second. Let me see what this is. Somebody's at my Perfect timing. Thank you. Sorry for those that waited here. Perfect timing, of course. I have I have this spot and the one across the street. They're coming and putting this filter over the gutter, like a gutter guard. And the dude decided today at it's 5:40 here. The sun's starting to go down, and he's because it in the back here it's small, and then in the front it's really large. So he's banging this out. He's actually almost done. I didn't even realize. So he wanted some cash, so that was easy peasy. Anyway, it's a friend of mine, so he just showed up. Snap content gets distributed to 450 placements. I'm talking about the Primo. Okay, so the content gets distributed to 450 to 750. That is correct. So premium is distributed to, like, I can guarantee 450. There are sometimes, depending on how it's written and depending on the category in which you're in, like finance, business, real estate, those types, you end up getting more. All right, but like if you're a plumber or a home service type business, you get generally towards the 450 to 5 range. Okay. My dad and I are watching this, laughing. Got to have some fun. Yes. Good. I love the services, Chris. So far, I've been buying foundational citations for the clients. Once my budget goes up, be buying PR and hopefully book a one-on-one. Awesome. Yeah, it's super underpriced, and most of that stuff is brought in-house now. Like the networks are, the Haro is us, the PR we're running. Everything is, it's us. Michael, message on. There you go. Doug Moe. Hey, Doug. Good to see you and happy to help. Good to see you and happy to help. Melissa, they include keyword and picks with pins. Okay, excellent. Anything, is there anything else I could help you out with, guys and gals? By the way, I'm a client too. Y'all, thanks with our roofing company. Cool. Glad to help. Always happy to help. Always happy to help. Yeah. So, hey, if you have any other questions, please let me know. If not, I'll pop right over here. Give me 1 second. We'll get rid of this and this. Here, we'll come inside of here. Go here. Go here. 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 Okay. All right. So here we go. We'll answer these, and not only will this help whomever asked the question, but hopefully it'll help you, and that'll wrap up our session for today. A little off kilter today, but that's okay. You're the best, sir. Okay. Here I'm just gonna get a thank you. I usually write it once. Ah, darn it. Here. Here, just go like this. Control C. Brilliant work to treat the man. Chris, the script. Yep, I gave it. Yep, gave it. Okay, I guess. Here we'll sort like this. All right, clicked on the link. Doesn't go to the form. Does it still exist? Form should still exist. Link might have changed for the redressal. Link could have changed. Search for redressal form, and you'll probably find it. Okay, very cool. Would you say that this is the practice? Put up a business title. I've done just that and haven't been pinged, but don't want the listing to get hit with a suspension. Put a keyword in the business title. No, no. It helps optimize, but against the rules of Google. So that's up to you. I can't ever recommend that, especially in a public fashion. Hey, Chris, thanks for the video. Is it possible to let me know Shopify HTA Access file WordPress? Thank you. Shopify HTA Access. I can't. I don't know about all that. Shopify on WordPress. I never heard of that. Thanks, Chris. How would this approach change for homepage? To usually determine which keyword you optimize the homepage for in your progress. Homepage is brand. Always. Okay. My brother Nick. This must be a scrape, because I don't have a brother Nick. I have no idea what you mean by that. Chris, what if I have a WordPress site? Not sure if using the plugins are made from them. Hey, Chris, if I don't have a WordPress site, then you're using HTML and CSS. Hey, Chris, working on building a local SEO agency focusing on just electricians. If I were to manually outreach, buy links from other electrical company blogs around the country and point them at my clients, would this have a negative impact or considered spammy? No, it would be amazing, but impossible. Chances of other electrician sites linking to you is near to zero. Like, that's not going to happen. Hello, what time on Thursday is live session in UK time, please? I do things based on New York time. Okay. What can this be used for? Just like mentioned inside of the video, we scrape reviews in order to assist our clients on what to write inside of their reviews. I know they still have an effect, but they are half as effective as they were in 2017. Never use the indexer. I always shut it off. You can optimize your page for nearby, near us, near, and near me inside the page. This is still a term that you can tune for. Our cost per page optimized, uploaded, and interlinked is roughly $60 out the door per page. You should be building directory listings to all pages. There's more than the homepage that is valuable. In fact, your homepage is the least valuable page after it's been indexed and accredited for your brand. I think it's best to have a localized number. Not 100% sure. However, I do know I primarily focus on Google. Schema insertion into an image is done by adding schema markup through a hex editor. You can do this online for free. Once you have included the schema markup into your image's hex file or through the actual code of the image, you can then host this particular image on your website so then it can be crawled and seen by sites like Google. Getting the cloud pages to index with backlinks will be your best bet. Indexation and crawling is not the issue when talking about cloud pages or any page for that matter. It's keeping it inside of the forward facing index. That's the issue. My writers write content by utilizing text to speech. Once the text to speech is done, just like this comment, it is then given to the optimization team, myself, my brother. We will then optimize the content for the SERPs, making sure that header counts, density, LSI, and entities all meet criteria. Once this is done, we will then upload and Grammarly optimize the particular post. I hope this helps you out. And that's that. We'll go back over here and see if there's anything. Yep. Hey, Chris from France. Hey, Gregory. So the menu at the top of the page would only be primarily service only. Anything else would be inked to the primary page. Would this still work or not worth it? Menu. So the menu at the top of the page would only be the primary service only. Anything else linked to the primary page, would that still work? Menu. So the menu at the top of the page would be the primary service only. Anything else would be linked. Well, so I think you're talking about this, and I've shown this guy's site before. Alligator pools. Here, I'll just show it real fast here. So I assume that what you're asking me is this. So this top level page is what's linked. It's going to our top level, which is Florida. And then the rest of our pages are underneath that. And anything in this silo links to one another. And if that's what you're asking me, the answer is definitely yes. Client uses Squarespace. Same thing for Squarespace. Chris, what happens if I'm buying foundational links for the same client? Purchase service another 2 or 3 times. Are the links different or is it the same link? Same link pointing to different pages. It's the only way to maximize a link's power is by pointing it to a different page. You're only getting credit once for that referring domain, but at least I'm able to get that referring domain to an individual page. Google's ranking pages, not sites. So we're looking to get value to individual pages. It's optimal to have different links. But if you're on a tight budget, if I need to get links to a specific page, then I'm going to use what I have access to. Do services like Yext have long-term value? If I'm understanding this correctly, it appears any links they create are owned by Yext and they serve as a proxy. I can't speak on what they do specifically. I just know that it's relatively expensive and it's not, I really can't speak on it. I've never used them. I've seen them. I know what they charge. It's just not for me. So I hope that helps you out. All right. But the same links are different referring domains. Same links. It's the same. Okay. Like optimally, if you have the budget, get guest posts from different sites and point those in. But if you're doing it yourself and you don't have anything else, and you can build this 100 and you can do it again and again and again and again, build them. Or better yet, get those foundational links and just put all the links that are most valuable to yourself. Like all your service pages, put those inside the Web 2s and then link them to your most valuable pages. That way I'm getting links to all those pages. That's the goal. All right. If you could do this, then yes. If you can successfully have team member pages for all pages, then do it. No question. All right. So it is 6:00. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so very much. Thank you for your time. That's going to end it for today. I'm going to a baseball game. You have a great rest of your day. I'm going to go check on the gutter guy. I might run up to the baseball game. I'm going to see. It should be getting towards the end, actually. So I'm going to wrap it up. I answered all the questions. I answered the comments. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week. Many blessings. Use code RON in caps for $50 off PR if you want it. Shh, don't tell anybody, just you guys.